Welcome, everyone, to a Warp World episode of World 1-1 podcast. You're going to be getting a bunch of these this week. The first couple days of this week is we're doing one of these for every one of the press conferences for E3. And then coming up on Monday next week, you'll be seeing a drop of a full E3 roundup as well, covering everything that also came after the press conferences from the show floor itself. However, right now we are talking about the EA press conference from Saturday afternoon. I am your host, Larry. With me, of course, as always, is Eddie V. And this is our coverage of the EA presser. So, jumping into it right off the bat, what did you think? Just overall impression.
This was boring. This was just a Frostbite trailer showcase. It was just goodness. It was boring. I mean, they had some good games to show. And we'll probably, when we break down to, I'll tell everybody which one I was interested in. But other than that, they could have just did a direct for this and been done with it. You know.
Yeah, but nobody else seems to be getting on the direct bandwagon, even though that's where it seems like everything is starting to head, because nobody can keep their shit to themselves, because at this point everything leaks before the show.
Pretty much. And then to make it worse, it's like the trailer leak. It's like really no gameplay leak or anything.
So overall, I'm kind of with Eddie here. This went on too long, truthfully. Way for my taste, anyways. And maybe I'm in the minority here. I don't know. I don't know who they think is watching it, but I think, way too much diving into the sports stuff. We know you're doing sports shit every year. It's what you've made your fucking name on. Leave it out and show me a bunch of other stuff, because we already know sports is going to be sports is going to be sports. Whoop the F and do. Now, I did see one or two things in there that kind of piqued my interest. We do know from the presser that come the Microsoft show that we are going to be seeing more of their new title, Anthem, that definitely has the that kind of Destiny vibe to it. A little vibe of like Destiny, maybe with a touch of Evolve, it almost looked like, with that creature in the corner there. But we'll see more of that at the Microsoft show. One that definitely did grab my attention, and Eddie and I have been arguing about this, is I'm super pumped for A Way Out. Like, first and foremost, the presentation for A Way Out was hands down the best part of the show, for the simple fact that the guy making it that came out was the only one that was like really exciting and really worth watching. Like, this dude sounded a little smug and a little cocky, but I'm like, you know what? If you're going to pimp your shit, be smug and be a little cocky about it. Say, our shit is the best shit. You should buy this. But to me, A Way Out looked really fucking cool. We're looking at an asymmetric split screen couch co-op game. Starts out with with a prison break, and from there they didn't go into much of what the story driving it afterwards was, but I definitely got vibes of Bruce Willis and Billy Bob Thornton Bandit, which makes me happy because I love that movie way more than anybody has any right to. I will stop and watch that movie anytime it's on. So,
yeah, I think it's a Kane Lynch Part 3 versus meets a adventure game with some third party action. Like, it looks kind of bland and so paint by the numbers that it didn't excite me. I mean, I'm looking like I'm going to get it because Larry's going to get it, and hopefully we both could play together, and learn from each other's styles. But it really wasn't impressive. Like, Vincent, he's going to jail for doing some kind of crime, and Leo is already in jail. You play between those two characters. You guys got to work together in order to break out the jail. That seems like first.
Wait a minute. You said he's going to jail for doing some kind of crime?
Yeah.
Shit, that's breaking, dude. I didn't know I didn't know that's what they sent you to jail for. Holy crap! My life has turned upside down. I am so fucked.
You know that. Oh my goodness. No, because in the trailer,
Here I thought he was getting sent to prison for baking cookies.
no, he's getting because the thing about it is in the trailer, because you said you don't know what the story part was, so that's why I'm breaking it down.
They didn't talk a lot about it other than opening up with the first part of the game being the prison break itself.
Right,
but beyond that, they didn't touch much on the story afterwards.
But you could guess the story because of the trailer that they showed at different parts. Like when they actually break out, Vincent ends up fighting his girlfriend or his wife because she had a baby. So that's probably one of the objectives. But it seems that the main person that they're looking for, that Vincent wants to get revenge on, Leo's connected also. So they're both getting out of jail to maybe get some money, maybe find out who get the revenge from Vincent. Like there's something that's going on more to that. So,
oh yeah, I mean, they give you little hints, but they don't give you much.
Right.
And honestly, I'm kind of happy with that fact. I'm like, I've seen enough that I know I'm going to buy it, and I'm interested, and I kind of don't want a whole lot more spoiled for me. I just kind of want to wing it as I go. So, like I said, A Way Out was the one that really grabbed me out of the entire show. I'm not much for the online multiplayer shooters. This is a given. We all know this. But I will say Star Wars Battlefront 2 looked actually fairly solid. In particular, I'm rather jazzed at two things that they talked about here. One, that, hey, we're going to give you a single-player story, and we're going to pull a Rogue One. So they're telling the story that goes between Return of the Jedi and Force Awakens, much like Rogue One bridged the gap between Episode 3 and Episode 4. But the other thing, too, is that EA hopefully has learned that the season pass needs to fucking go, because they're talking about seasons of content that they're giving away for free. So this is a good thing if we finally start to see a major industry player start kicking the season pass to the curb.
I don't think they're going to kick it to the curb. I think because this is the first season, there's going to be some items that people are getting for free. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be paying for maps or other content later on in the game. Because EA could be like, yeah, we're doing this the first season for free. Other than that, when it comes to the second season or second year or whatever, that's when you guys going to have to start paying for the content. So
I don't know. I think they got a lot of backlash from Battlefront 1, and I'm hoping they learned from that.
I don't think they did. I really don't think. I mean, it looks impressive. That's all I could say. But if you're into that kind of style of game, that's hooray. That's more for you. I'm still not interested in it, and I think EA still got some trickery up their sleeves, and I think there's still some big microtransactions that they're going to be charging, because I don't think they just gave up on a season pass. I think there's going to be a $20 or $30 season pass coming down the line, and they're going to announce it not here at E3, but I think later on when they have another conference, I think the one in Germany or something, that they're going to announce that season pass and what's going to be the next content. Because they're not.
We'll see. I think announcing that is just going to come back and bite them in the ass, though.
Right, and people are going to be mad, but I'm like, you got to listen. They said you get free stuff and the first content. They didn't say that you're getting free maps. You're getting maybe free weapons or vehicles or free costumes. You're not getting free characters. You're not getting free maps, because that all costs money for them to develop. For them to go out and give it for free, they're not going to do that. That's more of EA losing out on money. So they're going to charge a season pass for you guys to buy it.
So jumping into some of the rest of what EA had to show, like I said, we saw a lot of the usual shtick. They talked, briefly about Madden 2018, NBA Live 18, and FIFA 18, none of which are particularly all that appealing. They opened their show with a trailer for Madden, and more specifically, they opened their show with a drum line of people in fucking football uniforms playing a goddamn drum line. It's like, really? We had to start with the stupid moments this early? like at least give it 5 minutes before you do something dumb like this. But beyond that, oh Lord, what else were they talking about? It's just gone right out of my head for a
Well,
minute.
the drum line, I wish they kind of would have brought out cheerleaders and then started off with Madden. You know, instead of having the person come out and then talk about 30 minutes of Battlefront, and then you actually start with Battlefield 1 DLC. It's just like that disconnect
That
didn't
was the
do
other one.
anything.
Yeah, it seemed a little haphazard. They seemed to be kind of all over the place and couldn't really particularly focus all
Right.
that well. It was a little spastic, if you will. But yeah, that was the other thing too that they were talking more about was a fairly sizable looking expansion for Battlefield 1, Attack of the Czar.
In the name of the Czar.
No, I'm calling it Attack of the Czar. It's way better. Though, as somebody pointed out, I think it's a miss-up. I wholly agree with this. I caught it on Twitter yesterday, and it made me laugh. It's a complete missed opportunity that they didn't call it Czar Wars.
Oh goodness. Oh, brother. No. So, the Battlefield 1 DLC, the night maps, they're going to be debuting this summer. June is bringing Neville Knights, and July is bringing Priz de Tahir. This game is going to be bringing epic battles to the Eastern Front, a lot of winter battles. There'll be 6 new maps: Russian Army, the Hussar Cavalry, new vehicles and weapons, and you'll actually be able to play the Women Baton of Death. That's coming all in September, and then later on in September, they're bringing the Lupka Pass map. So that's all coming to Battlefield 1 as DLC in the coming months.
So, I think we've hit on most of the major content of the show. I want to take a minute to address some of the stuff that needs to stop.
Well, we didn't get. Hold on, before we go, we did talk about Need for Speed Payback.
Oh, that.
So,
okay. They made a Need for Speed game, and I'm picturing it right now. Boardroom meeting. All right, guys, we need another Need for Speed game. I'm out of ideas. The fuck do you got? And somebody raises his hand and says, well, I watched Gone in 60 Seconds last week. That was pretty good. Somebody else is like, yeah, I watched some of the Fast and Furious movies. We like those. And somebody else piped up and said, hey, you remember those Triple X movies? Yeah. What if we put all that together and call it Need for Speed again?
I was getting more of a Burnout Takedown Paradise from the game.
I think it's pushing story too much to give me that Burnout feel.
I think in the gameplay it was. I'm worried about the graphics because I don't know if that's real or fake.
That's another thing. There was no real distinction as to whether they were showing us cinematic or gameplay, or if maybe by some miracle they actually managed to get the two to seamlessly transition. Because there were parts where it looked like you were seeing a little bit of gameplay, and then it just trips real smoothly into a little mini cutscene to transition you into the next segment of gameplay. Which if it actually plays that smooth, color me impressed. More power to you.
I think, well, yeah, I agree. I just think that, gameplay for this whole conference, maybe Battlefront and the Brother of Two Tails games, A Way Out. Those are probably the only games that show actual gameplay. Everything else was Frostbite trailer, and Anthem we won't see until the Microsoft press conference. So it's just like, what was the point of this whole conference in the first place?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of corporate shill. And to that token, like I said, I want to jump into something here.
Before you jump in, last thing, Seed search for extraordinary. Let me see. Yes.
Seed. Yeah.
Search for extraordinary experience division. I'm like, is this a research team?
Why?
Like, I don't know what.
Why are we even talking about this at a fucking press conference?
Like, what was the purpose of it in the first place? I'm like, is this for you guys to go out to find new developers and stuff? Because
go
ahead, Larry.
it just made me think that EA didn't have enough games to fill a fucking hour presentation with.
Well, they didn't show UFC, they didn't show NHL, they didn't show Feed that they showed last year because we don't have no release date or no update for that game. We didn't see anything for Titanfall 2. Like, there was just stuff that we have not seen. You know,
it's like, guys, you've got a bunch of other stuff you could have done. Why did you waste your time like this? This was terrible.
No,
it was bad planning.
Somebody wanted to see Skate, Skate to be brought back out. I was just like,
I'd have been okay with that too.
I would have. I literally said, where's the Road Rash compilation HD? Where's Mutant League Football? Like, where's some compilations? In fact, where's the support for Switch at? Like, you guys didn't show
that's another
none
thing.
of
We'll
it.
get there in a minute, but some of the other things too that they could have brought back smartly. Let us know what the hell's going on with Mirror's Edge. Drop some new Dead Space in there. That's been a hot minute. Bring that back, or at least give me a full compilation for Xbox One and PS4.
Yes,
and hell, even if you want to push some more of the co-op stuff, roll out some Army of Two again. I had fun with those. They weren't all spectacular, but I still had fun with them. Shit.
Right.
You've got a barrel of IPs that you're just letting rot. Do something, but God, if nothing else, manage your time better, because this was terrible, terrible time management. But yeah, like I said, things that need to stop though. Oh my God, the people they picked to put on stage for this shit. We've got sportscasters, which make sense, but it makes for an awful presentation when it comes to a show like this. And oh God, if I spend the next 3 days having to watch fucking YouTubers present at conferences, I am going to be unbelievably unhappy.
They think that I think the teleprompter messed up for that one YouTuber, but I'm just like, you on YouTube.
I don't care. You should go the hell away.
But see, you should know how to be able to know what's coming up, because it felt like you didn't read the script, so B, you didn't prepare yourself. And as a YouTuber, C, you should still be able to speak about some stuff that you know about the game. And just improvise. And when the other person come out, because you should definitely know who that person's coming out name is, introduce that person, and then you guys bounce off each other. You should know this material. You had about probably from last year or whenever they contact you, for you to practice this stuff. And then it comes to showtime, and now you're like, no, improvise. Guess what you did? You was introducing a card game, and the next thing you was talking about was customization. You didn't say nothing else.
No, the YouTuber thing needs to stop. I don't watch E3 to watch a bunch of schmucks that are on YouTube, and a few of them are not bad, but the overall majority are generally pretty terrible. Let's be honest here. But like I said, to be fair, you've got to sift through a lot. Like anything, you have to sift through a lot of crap to find the good, good nuggets in there.
And what was with that FIFA and Madden documentary style upset? Like, are you guys going to show this to us so we can see what the world is going on?
It just overall terrible. Poor, like I said, the highlight for me was A Way Out. Even if you didn't like what they showed, you can't help but admire the guy that came out that's making it, that presented it.
Yes.
Like, that's what you should have been doing the whole show, is shit like that.
Yes. And that I like. I like his enthusiasm.
And anybody else that hasn't had their press conference yet, take fucking notes and start fixing shit before you go on stage this week.
Well, I highly doubt that's going to happen. So,
but yeah, that's the EA show. We're going to be back in later today with coverage on the Microsoft show that's coming up this evening, and then it's going to be stupid late tonight. But we will also. So by the time it posts, it'll be tomorrow. but the Bethesda show is going on at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard. That's going to be midnight Eastern time. So we're going to have both of those. The Microsoft show will have coverage posted up for you later this afternoon, and Bethesda is going to be posted up for you tomorrow morning as well. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps everything that happened at the EA show.
Yeah, so just to remind everybody, so what they showed was Battlefield 1. They showed NHL, they showed Battlefield 1, FIFA, NBA Live 18, Anthem. Gameplay was going to be on Microsoft. EA The Originals, A Way Out, DLC for Battlefield 1. I forgot. For people who get it, NBA Live 18, if you're interested, there's a free demo in August. And then Star Wars Battlefront 2. So they show all of that.
That was the other thing too. Speaking of free, for those with Xbox Live Gold or for those on PlayStation 4, this week you can play select titles from EA Access free all week this week.
Yeah, and if you are PS4 owner, they got some games and stuff on sale if you guys want to pick up. So
yep. So enjoy a week of free select things, I guess.
Free sports.
Yeah. No, they did say stuff like Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 was in there, which is a solid game. I like the Plants vs. Zombies stuff. In particular, the Garden Warfare was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's it for this Warp World edition. We'll be back with another one later today, and then we'll hit you guys up tomorrow as well, covering the Bethesda, as well as tomorrow is also Ubisoft, and Sony is tomorrow if I'm not completely out of my mind.
Yeah, Sony is tomorrow night, and then Ubisoft is like sometime in the morning or afternoon. And then we'll have Nintendo Tuesday.
Yep. All right, guys, we'll see you when we're back later today.
All right. And you guys can follow us on Twitter at World11, World1_1 podcast, and hear more about us at shoutengine.com. All right. We will talk to you later.
Definitely do check out the Twitter. I will be live tweeting on our Twitter through the press conferences as well for your amusement and coverage. So yeah, that's the thing. Make sure you scope it, and we'll be back later today.
All right.
Peace.
Bye.